is Jakara. So this is going to be a three-part Zoom live. So feel free to ask questions at any time. If you know me, I'm the person that really loves to ask questions, and I can't help you if you don't ask questions. But our three phases that we're going to do is idea, profit, and create. Today we're going to go over idea. There's going to be a lot of sharing the screen. Please, again, let me know if you have questions or if I go too fast. Each of these should be about 45 minutes. There will be a recording sent out. And I believe all of you have my phone number or a way to message me. So feel free, like, if you have questions after as well. Okay, so I'm going to start sharing my screen so you can see an overview of today. So today is idea, and we are working on finding your people so they can be your follower and then getting them to be your friend. So this is the outline. First, we're going to have your business goals and boundaries, your target audience and your niche, starting your own email list, engaging in Facebook groups, social media, joining mailing list or anyone else's social media, and then identify the main problem for your target audience. And that's where the last one is where we will pick up on next Sunday. And it has pre-business model. And this is just something that I want you to think about and not actually actively do. So if you have a way to take notes, that would be great. Feel free to unmute yourself and jump in as well. But the first thing is set clear business goals. So to me, this means setting out space of when you're going to be working on your business, whether it's 20 minutes a day, 20 minutes a week, an hour here, or whatever that looks like. I want you to actually make the time for your business, because if you find the time, you'll never find the time because we all have lives. I understand. So you're actually going to make the time for your business, and writing out expectations, goals for the next 30 to 90 days, especially if you are first starting out. I would say just go for 30 days. If you have been doing this for a while, like I know some of you have, 90 days is a good way to start. Definitely look at your calendar, see things that are coming up. Oh, yes, apple juice. Things that are coming up, things you're going to be out of town, holidays, times when you know you're going to be busy, and then what is realistic and what that looks like to you. So we're just gonna cover the first one right now. I'm gonna leave my screen shared for a minute if you want to write down those. Can you take it? All right. Say bye-bye to the baby. She pooped. You're welcome. Just give me a thumbs up and I'll stop sharing my screen and we'll talk about the business goals. Yeah, thank you. I think there's a blanket up there for her. She should be in about 30 minutes, 20, 30 minutes. Bye-bye. Sorry, switching off baby time. Okay, so unmute yourself. And we'll go through this one by one. You don't have to have your time when you're going to work on your business now, but just give a general idea. So time on your business, and I will use my example as well. I try to do 20 minutes a day, 5 days out of the week, just because I work on different stuff, daily emails, the previous book I got to work on next week and everything. But mine is 20 minutes a day at minimum. If I go more, that's awesome. If I don't, I did my 20 minutes. Who wants to share theirs first?
And I think the 20 minutes a day works for me, because I like to work on things, especially, on my 9 to 5. Sometimes I need a break from the 9 to 5 stuff. So, which I have been doing the past week. I just kind of squeeze in around 11:30. I squeeze in 20 minutes. And that seems to work for me because then I feel like I touched my project.
Yes, good.
You know?
Do you feel like not now, that you could go more than 20 minutes, or 20 minutes is just perfect for you?
I think 20 minutes is just perfect for me right now, until I can focus more on the business. I can, like when Tanya says, gotta get my shit together, like I'm like gathering the shit. And 20 minutes right now seems to be working. And uh, I just, like the ideal flow is it comes in spurts. And that 20 minutes is good because after that, I know I have other things I got to do.
Yeah.
I need to be doing besides that.
Yeah. Okay, good. Tanya. And also thank
Um,
you, Tanya, for sponsoring the class with Misfits Art.
ah, yes, that's my goal for getting everything going is with my business. So, yeah, you went when we're gonna work on it,
Hmm.
right? Is that
It
okay
can
with that?
be,
Yeah.
you can change it later at any time, but just giving you an
Mhm.
idea right now for yourself.
Yeah, no, I want to put in at least an hour a day. Um, but I'm trying to kind of maybe break that up.
Mhm.
So, a few minutes in the morning before I start work, looking at trying to like make a social media post because that's usually when my brain wants to.
Mhm.
And then at lunch, actually, like either posting that or going live or something because I have an hour lunch. So I have that space now where it feels expansive and I can even paint and go live. So I'm trying to at least 3 days a week, like use that as my social media time on lunch. And then because I'm working on putting my website together and getting my shit together for that, and that actually takes a decent amount of work. That's the evening, and that's when right now I'm trying to put at least 20 to 40 minutes a day, but still be done by 9, maybe 9:30, depending on the day. Like, so yeah, that's
Awesome.
that's
I like
got
how
it
you,
broken up.
yeah, I like how you break your up to, so a lot of people in the past, like if you have kids or pets or whatever that looks like, you don't have an hour. Yeah, ambitions for an hour, but that hour turns into like 10, 20 minutes. Okay, awesome. So the next part is expectations, and we're going to put this together with the goals for your business. So again, if this is like you have no idea what you're doing, you're first starting out, I would highly advise just to do 30 days. And if you've been doing a little bit more, like I know Tanya and Larnie have, then I would say to go for 90 days. And I do have a podcast episode on the 90-day year, and that's what I do. So, quick rundown: you have 90 days. What do you want to accomplish in those 90 days? And you look at that as your year rather than looking at a whole year, 12 months for your business. It helps to break it up. It keeps me sane. I don't feel like I'm exploding all at once. So, goals and expectations again, 30 days, 90 days. What does that look like to you? What are your top three goals in the next 30, 90 days? And we're going to go around the room again. My goals, I'm going to do 90 days. So, one that I have that's upcoming right now is a freebie swap. And the previous two freebie swaps, I've hit like 900 people and then 1,000 people. And I want to increase that to 1,500 people, so that can generate more signups for myself. But there's a lot of things I need to do in that. Um, Another thing that I want to do in the next 90 days, I want to do another live free training of how to start your lazy solopreneur business in one day. That's going to be in August. It's very similar to this training. This one's just broken down a little bit more. And I want to have affiliates for that. So that's something that I need to start doing really in the next 2 weeks. And then one more is to enroll 100 people into my Thrive Solopreneur Academy. Um, and I'm highly confident and highly nervous about it because I love helping people, but I don't want anyone to be left behind. But that's my own issue rather than someone else. But those are my three goals for the next 90 days. So,
Cool.
Tanya or Marnie, whoever wants to start first, what are your three goals for the next 30 or 90 days?
Okay, so I have three right now. Build my brand continue to build my brand. And that includes, okay, so yesterday I kind of bought something on a whim. And I was talking to my husband about it, and it's a screen printing kit. I got it from Hobby Lobby because I've been having issues getting the style tank that I like and getting them screen printed in small batch. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it myself.
Mhm.
And I didn't know that how to do that. And then somebody I knew did that with their small batch shirts. So I got in contact with them. And so they're going to like talk me through it. So, I'll be able to print my small batch tanks, but also create a printful or drop ship
Mhm.
so other people can get like the t-shirts and other designs that I've made. So I'm going to work on setting that up, which I have been looking into setting that up. So I just haven't like followed through on it because of course I got distracted, but
Mhm.
so that my pitch you in 30 seconds.
Mhm.
I've been actually working on a ebook for it, like a small
Ooh.
baby ebook that I may sell it for like $49. I don't
Yeah.
know. So that's kind of like I actually worked on that last week. I started putting like a tagline on it and things like that. So I felt super accomplished because I'm like, this is cool. I like this. And then my last thing is interview 3 people. Why? Because I want to.
Is this 3 people in your niche or just?
It's the 3. I only wanted to interview 3 people, not 30. Jakira, don't say that.
Oh, I
3.
know. I said 3 people in your niche, or is it not 30?
Like 30 people. I was like, I said 3. I know I said 3. The yes and no.
Okay.
So the niche is the women, like the women. I'm gonna reach out to some of the strong people that I know and interview them, like how did they get into strongman or strength sports. And I don't know exactly the direction I'm going with that. I That's always been like where my hiccup is, but I want to because I want to interview. I want to be able to have an asset that says, "Hey, I can interview people," and maybe eventually, "Hey, can you come to my event and interview people?" That's kind of where I want to be.
Yeah, I like it. Okay,
So that's my 3.
Tanya, what are your 3? And for everyone else that's watching the recording, you don't have to have 3. 3 is just my number.
Um, yeah, I'm not 100% sure how to narrow down exactly so my website is being created, finished. So the shop is going to be up and running. So the website with the shop, that's my main first one. I really want to start my email list. I started it and then didn't really start it, so really want to restart and start growing that. And then I would like to do something that actually brings in revenue. So like to sell my paintings or really I want to start the like paint with me groups and or retreat. So that's where I'm kind of like I'm not really sure what um offering for money I'm
Okay.
trying to do. So but website and email for sure.
Okay. And I like how both of you said you're doing something that's going to create a profit or revenue for you. Because if that was not in your next 30, 90-day goals, that is one of the things that will be in your next 30 and 90-day goals. Um, the best advice that I was given is that you can either play in your business or you can actually have a business, and you don't have a business until you're actually making money. Um, so I just want to put that there as well. Okay, so now that everyone has their expectations and goals, this is where you're going to do this on your own, but look at your calendar, see where you can squeeze this in, see where you have more time to work on your ebook or work on your website and see what is realistic to you. Does that make sense? Is there any questions? Okay. So the next thing, we're going to look at your target audience. I'm pretty sure that both of you know who it is, but um, your audience is, who do you want to help? Who are your people? Where are they online in the community? And is there anyone that you already know? Um, so for this one, just say who your audience is, who your niche is, the people that you want to help. So for myself, mine is women. More recently, it has been for moms. I changed my tagline to I fuck with moms who want more. And I love it. I get the same reaction out of everyone because I've always wanted to help women, but more so, like, I'm not discounting if you're not a mom. Like, it's not like I don't help you, but since having my own little bean, and most of you know that I have an older stepdaughter as well, but I want to buy all the cute things. I want to give them everything. I want you to be like, you want ice cream for the third day after school? Absolutely, go for it. So we can go and do things, or family vacations, different things. And that's where I found that most moms want to do things as well. And when, as I'm helping them and as I'm helping them reach their goals, it is eye opening and enlightening to see like the light bulbs go off. So that is my people, moms who want more. I fuck with moms who want more, and I just love it. And where they are online, various different places. I like TikTok personally, and Facebook. I'm not really a fan of Instagram and posting everything. So that's you. Totally go for it. And I do already know people. That's why you guys are here as well. But people that I've gathered on my email list, and getting more traction. So for yourself, who is your target audience and your niche? And you can just say it. We won't have to go in depth, because I believe you two know yours as well. So whoever wants to go first.
We're both like,
You have a good idea.
Okay, so I guess, sorry, Tanya, we're gonna go. Okay, so
no.
my niche would be those women who have a have something inside them that is speaking loud to them, but they don't know how to show up into it.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes, like, um, there's always that, to those women who have that subconscious standard holding them back.
Okay.
Like they don't really know. They don't really know that it's there, but they, in their actions and words and their body language, it's there.
Okay.
So it's this is so hard to explain. Okay, I'm going to use me as an example. So for me, I had the thought of being an athlete since I was little. Since I was young, I always knew I was going to be an athlete. I just, know how to show it. Didn't have any. I didn't have anyone to look up to like say, hey, I know I can do. It's gonna. I guess those women who are looking for that support into like trying something new to find them. I don't even want to say find themselves. See, that's where like this whole niche thing was like super difficult, because I shouldn't say super difficult. It's just a mishmash of people. I want to help women for sure. I want to help them know that they are stronger than they think they are, and whether it's through like strength sports or something, I just want them to know that they can accomplish more. Like, just because you've had a child, just because you're in your 50s, just because you're divorced, whatever, that there's still more to you to give yourself.
Okay, perfect. Since you know who you want to help, but you also based it more off of yourself. I like where you did that too, because I was my first audience. And there's no shame in that. There's nothing wrong with it.
It's just hard to put into a description. and words. But really, I feel like that's where I am at. Like sometimes when I talk to people, I go, "Oh, I did that too. Like I was like that to myself too." And people have asked, like, "Well, how did you get to where you're at?" I was like, "It took a lot of work."
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I love it. And quite honestly, like I know over the past 3 years, my audience and niche has changed, but it has become more refined. Um, so definitely as you go, and especially like as people start to be in like your programs or courses or whatever that looks like, you'll start to realize more and more of those fine words. So my advice to you, Marnie, is watch your words. It's not difficult. It's very easy, and it comes naturally with people that you want to help and how you describe them. It's gonna come. I promise. Great. Tanya, who are your people and your niche?
Your turn.
Uh,
Dun,
yeah, I
dun.
know, right? I think I have the same little bit of a problem, but because it's less definable as well. But I'm working on it. So I help women, non-binary, queer, misfits who want to play with creativity. And
Oh,
yeah, and in the something to define it slightly further is like who want to paint like Bob Ross, but Bob Ross wasn't easy enough. Like, but it's not paint by numbers, it's the abstract. And so it's the abstract Bob Ross. And so I describe it as if Bob Ross and the Mad Hatter had a redheaded stepchild, and that would be me. So I like put them together, and the redheaded stepchild's an old joke in the family, but it's if they had a kid, I'm Bob Ross and the Mad Hatter put together because it's a little bit like if you've ever tried to paint like Bob Ross, you'll realize he is a master at making it look easy, and it's not like
Please.
that easy. So yeah, so in order to really be free to paint and a way that is not tied in, that's what I want to help people do. So the short answer is women, non-binary and queer folk who misfits, sorry, who want to play with creativity.
Awesome. Okay. I love yours too. And I like your Mad Hatter that you added. That does fit you.
Yeah, yeah. I started thinking about that. I'm like, I love because I can get with the Bob Ross energy, but it's like, yeah, I'm not Bob Ross 100% of the time. It's like, you sometimes it's not a happy accident. Sometimes you want to beat this stuff for doing what it did. So, like, that's I did. Bob Ross with ADHD. That
But that works for you.
right. So yeah, but that to be fair, I am starting a what do you call it? A messaging class. So to actually work on how to say what I want to say, that starts tomorrow. So I'm super excited. It's a mastermind that I'm doing, and so I this is one of the things that I want to try. It's like the first thing you start on. I'm sure is hiya, say what you do. So that's what
Words are
I'm
important,
working on.
but it takes
So
time to get there. I feel
yeah,
like
and then getting
I'm lagging. Am I lagging?
you are a little bit now.
I
Before you weren't.
okay. Okay. Um. So I do have. I was trying to pull it up. Maybe that's why I was lagging. It is like business messaging statements, and I'll send it with a recording too. But it will help you. It says like I help blank to do blank, and there's 4 different ones. If it loads, then at the end we can share it. Okay, so we have your business goals, expectations, and then your boundaries when you're going to work on your business. What looks realistic, and you both are working on your audience niche. But I love that you have a good place to start. So the next thing, please take this advice. I did not at the beginning. Is starting your own email list. And there's steps to that, but we're not going to dive deep into that today. But start your own email list, and this is where you can start to add people to your email list that are interested in what you're doing, and you can start to communicate with them. Personally, I use ConvertKit. But you can use anything else. Just Google email marketing platforms and follow the steps, create an account, and sign up for there. You don't have to do anything with your email list yet, but just go ahead and get it started. So I have one. Larnie, I think you created one, and no, okay. Tanya, I know you have one, but you don't use it. Okay, so um, would it be beneficial to show my ConvertKit? I won't do it now. It might be like a separate video, or we can go over it next time. But if you have questions about ConvertKit or your email list or anything, would that be beneficial for you guys? Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna skip to the thing that everyone does already, is to go into social media and really just scroll, do market research, look at your niche in places and start to ask questions and notice what the common problems are. So I scroll TikTok all the time through Facebook groups, and this is where I start to notice different things from women that want to start businesses. What are your challenges? Some things to help you. And to me, this is the easiest part, but also the most time consuming, and you can get sucked in really easily because, again, you're on social media, but you're there for your business and not actually for pleasure. There's still no shame in it. I get lost in it all the time. But what social media platform, if you can think of one or two, of where your people will be? And again, mine is on TikTok and Facebook groups. Those are my two highest research communities. So, Larnie or Tanya, where would you see to find your people?
Mine are probably in Facebook groups, and I'm Instagram, but I've not really gone on to TikTok to find people. Not that I'm afraid to go on TikTok. That's just another platform. I don't want to, get sucked into scrolling and stuff. But yeah, like right now, I'm mainly using Instagram and Facebook.
Do you talk to people already? Like, do you participate or do you just scroll?
So in some of the women's strong women groups, I do have, I do go on there, and but also those groups don't ask like active questions. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't go, oh, what is your top 5, things like that. Like those, I think that's a struggle right there when it comes to like finding groups, is because the groups are there, people post stuff all the time, but it's not interactive.
Can
And
you post things to ask questions to be more interactive?
so I've asked questions, and I said, oh, what kind of shirt is that? Or what weight is that? Like I've asked those kinds of questions, and it's, I think maybe going back to my niche, it's almost like the niche that I'm maybe going after. Some people just don't have time to be like answering people's questions. Like there are people who will answer the questions, but then that's it. It's like, yes, no, it's a 45, like that. It's very quick, short, quick. And there isn't like banter back and forth. Except for maybe one group that I follow, like she's actually kind of like my example of what I want to do. And she's a strong woman. I think she's a Highland Games competitor. So I think that's kind of where I've kind of taken this idea from. Like she's got a program that it's a little like mine, but not really. So but she's very interactive. Like she'll ask questions like, what's stopping you from being like the best athlete ever? Like that. Like those kinds of questions. So she's the only group that I know that does that. The other groups don't do that.
Ooh, yeah. Stick with her group. But I like
That's what I follow her a lot.
I like the
So
that you like and don't like, because we're going to go over that next. in just a second, so keep that in mind. Um, but yeah, try. I know you do ask questions, and I know you post because I see yours. But definitely in her group, look for the engagement, or if you can post. I know some people's groups they don't allow you to post, but ask specific questions like hers. What is stopping you from doing this, or what is one thing that you want to learn about strength for yourself? I don't know, something like that. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I have like a ton of interactive questions that I could throw on, like on a thing. I think I want to revisit my like Strong and Mighty Company Facebook page that I haven't touched in for forever. So I may go back on there.
Yeah. I love your questions too. Um, okay, Tanya, your turn.
And what are we answering?
So
Where they are?
where are your people? Where would they be? Where do
Yeah.
you think they would
Okay, that's what I thought. Mostly Facebook. Um, I have a TikTok, barely use it. I have an Instagram. I don't use it that much. It's mostly the same people on Instagram and Facebook. So the people who interact with me on Instagram mostly interact with me on Facebook as well. So as much as I'm like rolling my eyes because I'm dang it. But Facebook is really, it does tend to be more interactive because I have a lot more people who really know me in person. And that seems to be as much as my niche might be whatever I think it is, that's where my niche really is people who just already know me because I'm the weirdo, and if you're attracted to being my friend or in my life, then you're probably my people. So it's like so that is at least where a good start is, and I've kind of had to come to grips with that because that was also a place of a lot of animosity towards
be?
people that know and don't love me. And so I had to do a little cleanup before that felt like a safe place.
Yeah.
So Facebook, yes.
I did that a couple last 2 weeks ago. I had to remove some people because I realized I wasn't posting because of these people. Not that I have posted yet, but it helps mentally.
Yeah.
So do you? I know you said you're on your people on Facebook. Do you
Mhm.
also go into Facebook groups, or is that something that you want to start?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in a couple of Facebook groups, but the Facebook groups that I'm in are more, business aligned, which is not a bad thing, is if my people are everywhere, but they're not really there. I don't know that there's a Facebook group for my niche, is like we're sort of spread out all over the place. Like weirdo misfits are everywhere, which is the beauty of it. But it's also it. So when I was heavily marketing before, I did notice that I was easily drawing the people that I wanted to by talking about the difficulties of fitting in, of just feeling like you're the weirdo in the room all the time, like not knowing what to say or how to act, and just wanting to go hide and paint and those kind of things. So I think that that's a lot of it. And the other thing that I seem to um, have a lot of interaction with is people who are like, "Oh, I wish I could do that."
Mm,
I was like, "Yeah, you can. I can help you do that." That's that's the goal. So feeling like they have a lack of knowledge but want to play in the creative space.
I feel like you need to talk to Justin because he does a lot of art, but he doesn't. It's the same thing. Like I don't know if this is good enough, or I don't know if people like this. And it was like, your art is amazing. It's not
Yeah.
like everyone else's, and I really like that. But yeah,
Right. Well, that's the important thing. So,
yeah.
yeah. So trying to build that art community myself is I'm not that there aren't art communities out there. I'm in a couple of groups, but it just doesn't, I don't think that groups of artists are my people really. Like if you're already an artist, it's like, yes, you are my people to a point, but if you already are trying to start your own art business, you're probably not
Mhm.
needing the yes, the space is still there, and I think people will still be attracted to that, but it's not the same thing as trying to get people out of their own heads
Mhm.
to paint, you know, like Justin would be definitely a perfect person. Yeah. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I love how this is progressing. Okay, so the next part that's very similar. Instead of looking on social media, you're going to actually look at people's email list. So there's a favorite artist that you like, or a favorite strength coach or person that you like, Marnie. Join their email list and start to see um, how theirs is. So what you're looking for is, what do you like about theirs? Is that something that you want to also incorporate into your email list or your social media? What do you see that you don't like? What do you want to do differently? What do you want to keep the same? What is working? What is not working? And this is like you guys mentioned Tanya, you mentioned the Facebook group and how they're in different Facebook groups, but they're not necessarily, sometimes they're your people and sometimes they're not. So when you're joining email list, this will give you ideas for how you want to do your own email list. You can take it a step further and start your own Facebook group, since most of your people are on Facebook. Larnie, the same for you. When you're looking at different people's email lists, so you can look at like their tank tops. What does that look like? How are they selling them? How often are they putting them out? Because yours is, especially for your tank tops, it's more, you wouldn't have to email every single week. Or how often will they put out coupons, or what do they do to introduce a new product? Um, as you're in the Facebook groups and email lists, this is your time to ask a lot of questions. But still, the base is, what do you like? What do you not like? What is different? What is not different? So for myself, this was both in Facebook groups and email. I saw that everyone was so flashy, to put it in better terms. Like everyone's like, you need to work on your website first, you have your social media down pat. And I'm like, but I don't even do that. But I've also gained clients while I'm not doing that. So that's something that I want to change. I want to encourage people to start at the beginning. Like, you don't need to have a website built. You don't need, if anyone knows what Canva is, I know you two do, but you don't need to have super amazing graphics in Canva and be able to post. That's stressful for me, especially as someone that is a solopreneur and you're looking at everyone else's and it's so beautiful. You don't need to start there. Start where you're comfortable, even if like your emails are just plain. I just added an email header. We've been doing this for 3 years. But it's your own level rather than trying to copy someone else. So you're gathering ideas, what you like and what you don't like, and then you're going to be making this into your own. Again, you don't have to create a Facebook group, but this will give you an insight of what you want to do when you start with your email list. So, are there any questions about that? No. Larnie, do you have questions?
Oh, no, I was just thinking about the people that the groups that I like to, or not the groups, but like the people I follow on Instagram that have the visual of what I like.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's very interesting because okay, so I have two that are all about powerlifting. There's not many about strong women. So I just thought about that.
Okay.
So
Is that something you want to change and incorporate more for yourself?
yeah, I want to incorporate it into my brand.
Okay.
So like I've there's another person I follow with their clothing line, and he's a little too harsh for me, but I'm the happy medium of femininity and masculinity.
Mhm.
That's where um I kind of see I'm envisioning where I'm gonna fall
Good.
into.
Do you? I'm the person that does this. I'm not copying anybody, but I like to take screenshots. And so when I'm okay, so as I like look at something that I want to post on social media. And I said, okay, let's go look at this screenshot or let's go reference this video. Okay, I like what they did here, but I don't like the dancing. Like I like the movements and like putting words on the screen, but I don't want to talk. It's stuff like that. Um, that's where I found like more of my own personality. If you're on my email list now, you know that I send out daily emails, and the feedback that I get back of one email I sent out, "Why do you follow me?" or it was something similar like that. And the replies
Mhm.
that started coming back was like, "You're so personal. I love what you're doing. You're not afraid to mess up or correct yourself." But that's what I
Mm.
saw a lot of that people weren't doing. Like, you have a business, you want to be super perfect and have no mistakes, and I'm like, let's make all the mistakes, and I'm going to show you what it looks like, and it's okay to fix it because I need to be comfortable with myself making mistakes. And if I'm not,
Mhm.
then I know I'm never going to tell someone else to do it or to post more about it. So that's what I've seen from other people that I liked and
Mhm.
disliked and put it into my own thing.
Yeah.
Tanya, I'm going to come to you when you get back, but the next part, so we're right at the 45-minute mark, so this is perfect. But the next part that we're going to use to jump into in our next session is as you're going through the different social media, Facebook groups, email lists, look for the different problems that people have, and then find the one problem that you want to solve and how would you solve it. So that could be just one simple question. So myself, a problem that I see is I want to start a business, but I don't actually know how to get started. And there's way too many steps for me to actually get there. So the problem that I want to solve is that. And how I solve it is actually, I love doing live trainings like this, but breaking it down into smaller pieces. Like, for instance, the series, there's three parts: idea, profit, and then create, and then breaking those down so you actually have the steps to go forward. But then that leads into my academy process. So again, asking the questions: what problems do people have, and what do you want to solve? And looping back around to you, Tanya. What have you found that works or does not work, or that you like or do not like from other Facebook groups or email lists that you will probably join? What are some things that you want to do that makes it different?
Um, Good question.
I know you started your lives, like your Kindred lives, and you said that most artists they want to get started and like put their work out there, but not so much as this is my business. So that's one thing that you wanted to change. What else?
Um, I literally don't know.
It's okay.
Like, yeah, no, I mean, I see people doing, I like, if I don't like this stuff, I don't even look at it. Like, so the things that I see them doing, like, I'm out. I just pretty much, so if they're pushy and I'm not in it, it's like, I'm not here for that. So I'm really out. That's something I don't want to do. But then the things that I see that I do want to do, it's like artists sharing like a monthly painting, like a painting of the month, just getting inspiration. I know. Sorry, I got it. It's just like my brain is, we'll find it eventually. It's the give and take. It's that part. It's being an artist who is in collaboration with my audience. So it's one thing for me to paint, and because of the way I paint, all these like things come out of the painting, like looking at the clouds, but I only see things from my perspective. And I will get into a painting and pretty much get stuck because I'll fixate on one little thing that I see and I don't see anything else. So I actually need and value the input of the beholder, the person looking at the art. So when COVID was here, and nobody was coming into my house, into my studio, and I wasn't sharing stuff online and on Zoom. I really was stuck in that. I couldn't create very easily. And so I want to bring that collaborative process to the online social media, and have that be the difference between me and Bob Ross. It's like, yes, I'm going to paint and show people what I'm doing and whatever, but I also want to know, what do you see? And if I flip it over, what do you see? And once I can see what you see, it can change the direction of my painting.
I like when you
Okay,
post
so
paintings in our group and then we talk about it. I love your paintings. They're so vibrant.
thank you. Thank you. Yeah. It really, it's huge. I think art is something. There are such different kinds of art, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop. But the thing that I talked about this morning that I think I wanted to say was, when you observe things that are meant to look like something. So if you draw a person, and it looks like a person, the person who's looking at it, their brain reacts in one way. And if you draw something that kind of maybe could be a person, but you're not really sure what that is, the brain reacts in a whole different way. It activates a different part of the brain. And so it's that abstract looking at the clouds that I want people to activate. I want that part of your brain to be activated when you look at my art, and then you can bring that same energy and create also. And I know you're recording this, so I'll be able to go back and listen to it.
Anytime. Take notes from yourself.
Right? Okay.
Great. So
That's all.
page. So as you are looking at different social medias and what you like and dislike, highly important, take notes. So yeah, definitely come back and listen to this. Okay, and as I wrap up, when you're looking at the different, just to reiterate, looking at the different problems that you want to solve and how would you like to solve them, that's where we're going to pick up next week. So what this I mean by, would you like to solve their problem as something that's like one-on-one or something that's like in a group? And I'm calling this the pre-business model. So does this look like a membership, coaching, one-on-one to you? What does that look like? We'll go more into depth about the business models next time. Is there any questions before I share the little crafting your biz message and your biz message statements that I had mentioned earlier? Does anyone have any questions? Okay. Oh, I hear my bee. She's crying. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Feel free to take a screenshot of this. But this is crafting your business message. This will help you. Oh no. It'll get bigger. But you can ask yourself all of these 4 questions. Can you guys see can you see it? Okay. Who do you want to help? What are the few things you want to help them with? So what are the problems that they have and the solutions? How will you help them? And what will you be sharing? That's more of the business model. And why is this important to you? What personal connection do you have? And then the next one that will help you with your biz message statement. I help blank your audience to do what? And there's 4 different levels. And as you go, as you build your business, as you start to refine it, as you talk to more people, as people start to become more of your customers, you will get more and more defined on what your business statement outline is. And this will help to attract more people as well. So feel free to take a screenshot of these. You can go back to the first one, so you can see that one too. Are there any questions on these 2? No, no. Okay. Stop sharing. And let me know how do you guys feel after this one? Do you feel better, worse, confused? What does that look like to you? So this is the idea phase, and the next one we're going to actually focus on like how to actually make a profit, because I don't want you to create something and then nobody invests in it like you want to. I'd rather someone invest in you first and then you create it. And that seems very backwards, but we're going to talk about it the next time. No questions?
No, no, I think feels good. Gives me stuff to work on, chew on.
How do you feel now versus the beginning of our little mini session?
More direction. I think, I've, yeah, definitely feeling like a lot more questions, but at least they're more focused.
Ooh, I like that. Focus questions. Marnie, how do you feel?
Honestly, I feel like this, it's like a reboot from what I started like a year ago,
Mhm.
you know? And maybe I needed to sit into this a little bit more, like it's taken like a year to funnel through some things and not jump on every shiny object that's out there, where I mean, like really the message is there. My messaging hasn't changed since I think we've met. So it's still the same. It's packaging it is, the problem. Not the problem. It's just like, oh, let me put the pink bow. Oh, the black bow looks really cute. Oh, how about the glittery bow? So it's very, like the message is there. I just have to package it better. I think um during COVID when we all kind of met through this, it was I was pushing for the wrong reason. And I was pushing because I was in a panic versus pushing because this is something I really wanted to work to help people.
That makes a difference too.
Yeah. So I think that makes, and especially because I've talked to so many other people since then. And my message is the same. Like really, it's, you have the strength inside you. You just have to bring it out of you. That's really my message. And there's no, I mean, there's, I say it every time. It's the same message. I just need to package it.
I would say your message has been consistent from the beginning, but I feel like now versus so like two years ago, I feel like you are more more clear, whatever grammar. I feel like you are clear.
It's just the packaging, like I've been working on the packaging for this long. The message has been the same. It's the packaging that I seem to have a hard time narrowing it down. You know, I mean, my niche is people. People, the people, women. It's all inside. Like that strength is inside of us. We just have to bring it out. So that's that message that I've always returned to. So now it's just the packaging.
We'll work on that. That's message. I'm excited for you to have one because, like my dad said, because you've had one, and then Marnie, we're gonna get it. It's okay. Hey, Tanya, do you have anything else to add? Okay. One thing that I did want to mention before, since this is at the beginning, and as you start to go on to other people's email list or start your own email list or whatever that looks like, I would say create a separate email for your business. I probably should have said that at the beginning. I personally like Gmail because everything connects to Gmail. Have something for your business, whether it's just your name, Jakara Davis at gmail.com, or the name of your business, whatever that looks like. create an email for it. So things don't get lost in your regular day-to-day email. You know where everything is, save your password. um, but yeah, that's my final tip of advice. So
Did I tell you guys that I started a different email for Strong Mighty Co? Did I tell you?
no.
It's now team@smcoglobal.com.
Ooh, why? Why did you do this?
Because I wanted something that was universal for like a pitch you in 30 seconds, or my Tools of Strength program, my Larnie Mulvey versus Power Lady. It's like all goes to team at SMCO Global.
Yay.
And I put the global on there because I feel like I'm going to go global.
You said you wanted to have a TED Talk.
I do. Yes. Still working on that. I'm going to keep applying until somebody replies to me.
Yeah. Oh, please let me know because I want to buy a ticket. I know her. I want to be in the crowd. Clapper to get people excited.
Yeah.
Person that runs around the room. I don't know. Whatever you need me to do.
Hey, whatever. I just want to be on the dance stage. That's really where I want to be.
I have the plane ticket still. I'll be there. Me and Hazel just we'll be there. Okay. Yeah, so our next session will go from friend to customer. This session was follower to friend, and we're going to talk about the profit and your products and the prices and everyone's favorite thing. This is the most scary, but it is also the most rewarding because as people start to sign up for your offer or work with you, your only thing I can say is that it changes your perspective. My first $25 was like, you thought I would have made like $1 million. Like, oh, I'm so excited. It does change your whole perspective and the feelings that you have towards your business. Okay, so I'll send out the recording. I'm going to include those 2 business messages, screenshots. I will create a ConvertKit semi outline for those of you that need to create an email list. And then the last important thing, have your own email for your business. So if there's no other questions, I want to thank everyone for being here today. Tanya, thank you again for sponsoring this with your Misfit art and her Zoom. Larnie is going to sponsor, she just doesn't know it yet, with her 30-second pitch. So you will see that as well. All right. Thank you everyone for joining. Let me know if you have any questions. Just feel free to contact me and I will see you next week.